future. I think it's the future of finance, but it's not new either. As I say, I've been, I think, practicing it for 10 years and probably longer than that without actually realizing what the term is. I think it's a natural place for us finance folks to go if we want to do more than just accounting, do more than just the month-end processes, etc. So, I think it is a natural evolution to that, but equally, I think we can expand on that, certainly for some of the things that are going on in the business world, etc., with sustainability, big data. There's lots of things that are happening that I think finance can add to. And beyond that self-preservation piece, I think there is value that can be brought by us. We're not just trying to tag onto the coattails of operations or HR, whoever we're trying to partner. We can actually add something to that relationship and add something to the business. So it's not just how can we make sure we're more relevant. It is we can be more relevant because of X, Y, and Z. There are things that are tangibly in our power to improve on. With finance people, we tend to be comfortable with the P&L and what's the content of the P&L. So if you wanted to start kind of making that difference, you can look at things in the P&L and then work your way out from that. So again, not just looking at variances between periods and so on and so forth, but looking at where the pain points in the organization are, whether that be turnover, whether that be reducing profitability on a project, whatever it is. And there'll be 3 or 4 things, and they will be changeable things as well. And that's another thing. We whilst we recognize something's not working, we look to fix it. That life moves on, and it should be a dynamic environment we're dealing with. So what we're looking at today may not be what we're looking at tomorrow or next week or the week after. So have your eyes and ears open to the landscape to see what's going on and try and tap into where you can help convey what is going on to the various groups. I think there are 3 main building blocks to business partnering. I think there's a basic, which is almost at the transactional level, but not quite. Transactional plus. You can have some discussion about what is going on in the transaction, the outcome of the transaction. The second step is to assist the business unit with their specific issues. So they have a problem with they don't understand why they have erosion on margin in a particular product area or whatever, and you can pull data and help them understand that and construe it. But the third piece, which I think is where the kind of holy grail of business partnering for finance guys, is where we're actually driving the agenda, where we are going to them and saying, this doesn't look right, I think, and this doesn't look right, plus I think if we did this slightly different, then we could possibly address the issue. Now, that's the hardest piece to come across, because what you're sometimes going to them with is problems in their area that they haven't identified yet. So you have to be diplomatic with it, and if you're not diplomatic, if you're going too bullish, that the shutters will come down and you won't get anywhere. So you have to really have had the relationship either on 1 or 2 or both first. Very rarely will you come in with a new relationship that you're trying to partner someone and tell them that the department stinks and they need to do all various manner of things to fix it, because that would generally have your kind of relationship soured before it's even started. You have to build up some credibility first, I think, to be able to do that. So just get a sense of what the relationship is, and you may well have helped them 3 or 4 times through building block 2, where you've helped them understand something that's going on from their side of things, and then I think you can start to introduce your own agenda to that. The first thing is, am I actually working with the business? So do you have these regular touch points with business partners in business units, and or is it the case that they are going back to my 3 pillars? They're either coming to you for 1 or 2 and then disappearing again. Is there an ongoing flow of you're building on your knowledge together, and making improvements together, and maintaining what you've agreed previously and what worked previously? So it is is there a building block for the relationship to not only work on what has been worked on, but improve going forward? Because if there isn't, then there's something missing with the partnership. You're just being almost a service function in having, providing information for them as and when they need it, but then that's it. And that's not what will work. That's not what will provision the value. That's just something that's just almost borderline transactional. So yeah, I don't think that's something that will work. So once you have got that involvement though, make sure they're measurable goals with what you've agreed, and across a timeline. So make sure, and that's one way to get the hooks in to say, okay, well, we're doing this. The biggest bang for buck initiatives that I've worked with various business units have not been overnight. They've been sometimes 6 months, sometimes 12 months, sometimes 18 months. So that the bigger the initiative, the longer tends to be the longer it's going to last. So try and get involved in those longer initiatives, and with that, you will kind of guarantee you will have regular touch points with the business unit. And while that 12 to 18 month period and the various interactions with them through that, other things will come into play as well. There'll be offshoots from your discussions from even the core thing you're looking at. It won't just be, right, this is it, and we'll just sit back and record it for the next 18 months. There will be other things that come into play. So
yeah.
And consistent active involvement with them. And if you're not getting there, just reassess your approach. Just think, okay, so what is it? Is it a personality within that group? And don't be afraid if there's something intrinsically wrong and you're dealing with your business partner and they're saying no, it's not, but in your heart of hearts it is wrong, and if you fix it, it will be valuable to the company. So still pursue that without going behind someone's back. If you need to escalate something because it is wrong, then do that. But be transparent with it. Say, I appreciate your view on it, but I'm still seeing this, and deal with the data and the evidence that's there. So I due respect, you can come on the call, but I'm going to have to take it to whoever, take it up to the next step. So don't take no for an answer if you know that no is not the right answer, because it's not always someone's priority to do that. But if you think it should be a priority, go to the point where someone in power can say it is or it is not, or at least, and sometimes it may be the case that you just can't do whatever you plan to do there and then because of other interdependencies, etc. So don't just necessarily drop that. So keep that on the back burner and then bring it back for another day when the time is right.